Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Giving Place. Obviously, with a title like The Giving Place, you can feel the infinite darkness seeping within your very soul. This is a game, for those of you not aware, this is a game by our very own Ivo Iliani, who's in chat right now. You can ask her all kinds of questions about it. This is not her first game, and it will not be her last. She's actually working on another one right now. That's all I'll say about that. And I just want to say, I'm looking at this game, and can I just say, whoever came up with that emerald texture on the buttons, man, they really know their stuff. Like, look at this. Oh, it's not here. Look at that texture. Oh, that is sharp. Whoa. It's supposed to be emerald. But yeah, it does kind of look at that green marble look going, doesn't it? Anyways. Obviously, she does her own everything. So, that's her artwork right there. And her calligraphy. All kinds of very cool stuff. I am very, very proud and very excited to actually give this a look. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but only bits and pieces of it. So I'm walking in as blind as it is possible to be. Yeah, as I say, people in Discord have probably seen several of these works of art before. Now, real quick, I got 2 subs, so thank you, Blue of Alex. And thank you, Scales of Justice. And if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. And I got alt tab, which means the muting problem we just mentioned. Yes, as a fresh reminder, Evo is a good artist, despite what she says. For more examples of her artwork, look at the Diablo rewrite, or the Final Fantasy 1 rewrite, or the Final Fantasy 2 rewrite. Justice. Honestly, I'm gonna give this so many negatives. I'm just bashing it constantly. No, the only way... So, you probably don't know this. Okay. I'll answer all of that in more detail later, Warcraft Code, but I am moving. I am already in the middle of the move. There's no way I can possibly move to Europe because the EU has been closing its borders just like every country in the world has. There, super summary. All right. Honestly, no, I do not, Judo Joker. Remember, Pokemon Violet and Gothic are both very close to being funded, too. Okay. Sorry, hang on. That's in the way. I've got windows on top of windows. Okay. Let's do it. Now, Canada is also closing the borders, as is everywhere in the world. If I had a choice, probably Sweden, maybe Norway, or I would say New Zealand. Those are like my top 3. Now that's if it was just me. There's other things there, but yeah, no, I am currently trapped in the United States. Now, game. You fell. You think. Oh, by the way, real quick, this cutscene is skippable. So I don't have to give an unskippable cutscene negative. I just wanted to praise the fact that she managed to make that work. Your head throbs with pain. Your body aches. Your memory is in shambles. You feel a chilly, humid draft on your skin. You open your eyes. Okay. Can you see the cursor? Oh my goodness. I guess that's where we fell in. Okay. So, I guess that's us in the upper left. We are the Lich Man. We have a functional mini-map, which, by the way, is I just want to call attention to. It's also kind of... It's pseudo hand-drawn, but as you can see, it does actually follow the contours of the walls and stuff. So that is a lovely, well-designed mini-map. I just want to draw attention to immediately. It's literally a better minimap than Starfield has. Literally, literally. Now, wait, what's happening? The top is slightly cropped. That's strange. Why is the top cropped? Hang on, hang on. There we go. I don't know. Oh, no, I do know why that happened. Okay. That should fix it, though. There we go. Okay. They are welcome to try Hexia. So obviously, 15,000 plus is to brickers. I mean, look at those bricks. Look at those bricks. So, the right might be cropped, but you just get to live with that. We do actually have a menu over here, though, speaking of. Look at those bricks. So the first thing I noticed, let's go ahead and actually talk about this for just a second. First thing I notice is I love this first shot. This is something I talk about a lot, is framing your initial shot. Good games do this, like Breath of the Wild or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, for example. Like a lot of games will do this thing where it's like, here is something that we have specifically designed to actually make you looking in a specific direction. What do we see here? It's all bright. It looks safe, right? This whole place doesn't give across a doom and gloom vibe. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Hang on one second. Having issues. Yeah, it looks like it's not affecting the webcam. Holy crap. Okay, hang on. We might have to capture this differently. Okay, how's this look? Nope, same issue. Wow. Oh, no, okay, that is better. That is better. Okay. So let's shrink this back over here. Is it still... Can I still see what's going on here? No stuttering. Okay, we're good, we're good. Sorry. Yep, nope, it's the exact same issue we had in FF16. That's why I have that ready to go. In case... Because I don't even know what the name is for it, but some games are rendered differently, and if they are, they have to be captured differently, and that's what it boils down to. I'm guessing Unreal 5 is just one of those. Okay, we're good, we're good. So, first shot, nice and safe. Music's a little ominous, right? Like, it's got a couple of issues going with that, but it also draws your attention to a lot of things very, very quickly. So the first things my eye catches, in no particular order, are there's these tapestries, which I immediately want to go look at. You can't quite see them here, but they're very, very obvious, right? Like, you just see them. It's like there's something catching your eye about those. And of everything on this shot, there's one thing that clearly stands out, and it's this circle right here at the end. Do you see my cursor? You do. Okay. It's this circle over here. You could also say the gate, but, like, almost everything here looks like it belongs in a medieval castle, right? Nothing here looks unusual except for this circle, which is just like, what is that? So that's the first thing my eye's drawn to. So I'm going to go ahead and obey the eye vision here. We're going to look at these other things in a second. There's a lot more tapestries, as we can see. And we're just going to figure out what is this circle. And I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. I like the texture on it. Again, this marble motif here. So yeah, puzzle. Speaking of which, we're going to have to decide if this qualifies as a puzzle game or a dungeon crawler game. Because we've actually, we have both genres when it comes to comparisons. Okay, so we're going to shelve that. Let's just try the door really quick. The door appears to be locked. Maybe that mechanism has something to do with it. Okay, then. Oh, hang on. What's this? Okay. I want to call attention to this. So it glows when you mouse over it, right? But you notice it's actually generating light. You can see it on the wall there. Do you see that? That's cool. I like that. And it's that. So research note number 21. I have assumed a different persona for my subjects now. They do not know my real name or why I brought them to this dungeon in the first place. They only know their own names because I told them. Mentor, they called me. What a peculiar moniker, Mentor. I wonder what they believe I am mentoring them on. They are frightened now to go to the lower catacomb level. They grow superstitious of it. They think behind the garden door lies the place which provides them everything they require, and after oughtn't be disturbed without need. After a fashion they are correct. The main replicator computer lies below. They dubbed it The Giving Place. Roll credits. Interesting. Okay, okay. So that explains our contrast immediately. That's interesting. Okay, no, never mind. I'm wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't going for hilarious. I'll try another voice instead of that. Okay, so yeah, let's be thorough. I do want to go hit the things, but I want to see these. Oh my god, those are horrifying. Oh my god, that's actually. Okay, we're gonna move on immediately. Well, that's less horrifying, but like, isn't that? I think the Four Horsemen. The imagery is disturbing. Yes! Yes! I agree. Yeah, you said this wasn't horror, Evo. You lied to me. Okay, okay. Well, it's okay. Surely this mural is better, right? That looks like a hunt or something. Like some kind of festival hunt, maybe. I don't know. God, it dominates the wall. Look at that. So obviously, the Four Horsemen symbology earlier, okay, but what is going on here? Like, I'm trying to figure out how these points connect, because she dominated, like, the entire wall of the first room with this mural, so it means something. Now, let's look around. Let's see what else we got here. So we've got, okay, so that's hell. All right, all right. So there's just a banner thing. What else we got here? There's more hell. Oh, these are demons, actually. Destroying a city. Okay. I'm definitely getting, like, a post-apocalyptic vibe here. Okay, so research, right? Scientific research, clearly indicated. Like, you know, there's the sun, the moon, the sun, a very interesting look at anatomy and biology. So yeah, here's our research table. Hang on, so what do we got? What do we got? Oh my god. Okay, this is the best artwork in here by far right now. Whoever drew this really knows their stuff. Look at how wonderfully like so there's okay, I'm sorry, can I just gush about this for a second? There's a giant skull with a single gold tooth and gold eyes, but they're obviously in some place that is just glittering with gems because the light spell, if you actually look at the gems are only visible wherever they're reflecting the light from the person casting the light spell. So someone, whoever drew this, whoever they are, whatever strange and insane person, anyway, so Evo obviously drew this. But you could tell that some very thought was put into the composition of it. It's also very horrifying. Like, I want you to imagine the kind of person who would sleep with that right over their bed. Oh my god. And we've got some candelabra stuff. We've got a barrel of goodies. We've got some kind of mini library. More skulls. Lots of skulls. Lots of skulls. And something. Okay, so hang on. I'm not at the point where I want to interact with anything yet. Oh, what's that? Okay. I don't want to interact with them just yet. I just want to see, like, okay, so we got 2 more paths? No, 3. So there's a hallway down there. There's, like, okay, so here's the alchemy area, or cooking. Sorry, there's, like, a cauldron there and stuff like that. And then over here, we've got something going around a corner. Okay, so that's clearly a put it off for later thing. I wonder what was this way. Can we go this way? We cannot. Oh my god, we can jump. We can jump! Oh my god, it didn't even occur to me we could jump. Plus to gameplay. Jumping. Alright, so... It's a real video game. Alright, so let's just go in order. So we've got a note... Chancellor can't interact with the chat. What's the note say? Ever, since she didn't like my previous voice, for Evo, I'm going to change voices for this. Ever since she saved me, I can't stop thinking about the possibility of offering the same chance at life to so many other people. I know it's not my right to promise others what I was lucky to receive, but surely she will understand. Surely she will sympathize. I just have to ask for her aid with my plan. Perhaps my plan is madness, too bold, too idealistic, too demanding. She'll be hesitant, apprehensive even. I would be too if I were her. But I know her. She'll agree. If she isn't at first, she'll come around. She always does. We can do so much good if we join forces. She always said that together we're greater than apart. And we both will have to make sacrifices for the greater good. Okay, horrifying. Still don't know what this is about. Hello. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to come back to that. That's obviously a puzzly key thing. Any of these books? Can I interact with any of them? Most of these books are on alchemy and medicine. Go ahead and take the crystal. Okay. Obvious key is obvious. Go grab that. There's another note. Hang on, can I grab anything else here? Okay, so there's two notes here. Oh, there's a book. What the hell? You're sure this isn't a horror game? You know me when you see me, you know me when you hear me, you know me when you smell me, you know me when you feel me, but sometimes you don't know me. Sometimes you do. No! What am I? What am I? What am I? I'm sorry. Please. Are we still friends? Stop! Stop this! Jesus. Congrats, Colin. Okay, yeah, so we're insane, apparently. I don't exist at all. I have no weight, but I weigh on you. I dwell within, and none is without me. What am I? Yeah, it looks like... I don't think it's actually supposed to be blood, but it sure gives that vibe, doesn't it? Especially with the blue. Also, dragon eye for blue. Humanoid eye for red. I don't believe her at this point. I no longer believe her about this. You can forget me, but you cannot run from me. You can regret me, but you can't be done with me. What am I? I'm terrible at riddles. Also another eye over here. Also in red. It's Paranoid Android! Thank you for the sub, as always. Yeah, we need to gaslight Evo into the fact that this is actually a horror game. Hang on, hang on. I mean, Evo knows me. She knows that jump scares aren't going to work. Alpha Centauri, Bioshock 2, Expedition 33. Okay. Okay, that's horrifying. If you are reading this, then that means I am already dead. My life's work, my friendships, my responsibilities have all fallen victim to my hubris. I am the architect of my ruin. The admission of this fact wounds me deeper than any blade, yet I must face the truth. I can trust myself less than I can a stranger. Only one thing left to do. Perhaps you'll have a chance to right my wrongs, to succeed where I failed and rectify my mistakes. And if not, at least you'll know better than to repeat them. Farewell, A.R. P.S. Tell Ren I'm sorry. Research note 2. So way before the early ones. That would be horrifying, J. Palmer. I found several suitable subjects. Each and every one of them suffers from an untreatable ailment that will almost assuredly claim their lives in the nigh future. We can save them. We can offer them a chance no other physician or alchemist can provide. Though a slim one, we must seize it. I spoke to them about the possibility of failure. They needed to be informed of the risks. We are not almighty, and our means are limited. To assure them of the opposite is to deceive them. There is no guaranteed or even probable success. I must face this soberly. Even if we do succeed, many will perish before they can reap the fruits of our labor. Some maladies are beyond even the dragon's blood's power to cure, and some may not take well to this treatment. If I didn't know better, I would have prayed to the gods, asked them to bless my endeavors and assure my good fortune, but I am too well aware of their indifference, of the righteous coldness with which they gaze upon mortal kind, if they ever do. Jesus, okay. So, dragon, and gods are a thing, but they're assholes, so they're Greek. And trying to heal a bunch of people, which explains all the medical stuff. And the fascination with death. Look at it. Look at death. Look at it. Alright. So I saw this earlier. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, I'm too far away. Yep. Okay, that's clever. So, I'm going to go ahead and jot down my first positive. Hang on, where is it? Put it under guidance. There's already been some good examples of guidance, like I mentioned, the hallway. But check this out. That little light right there immediately draws the eye on this bookshelf. And lo and behold, there's an interactable down there and an interactable down there. Like, just... That's exactly what guidance is. It's the kind of thing that just kind of catches the player's attention without... A lot of people, if I can rant for just a second, a lot of people have this weird impression that guidance means grabbing the player's hand and shoving them into a specific direction. Yeah, exactly, Plutonic. Yellow paint. This is a nice diegetic, I hate that word, way to drag the player's attention. There happens to be a lamp right there. And the lamp just kind of naturally draws the eye. And so you're already looking in this area, and you'd notice the note. I will actually freely admit, I didn't even see the note at a cursory glance. Like, the gem jumped out at me immediately, because of the color. But I didn't see the note until I looked at the lamp, and the lamp drove me to the note, and it's like, oh, okay. And mousing down here is what made me look at the book. Yeah, that's literally good design. Yeah, Evo, we need to get you more pint. I need more red pint. Or, wait, I mean yellow. Yellow pint. Curse of Madness makes the target lose control of one's mental faculties, resulting in various forms of insanity, from quiet dementia to wild frenzy. Inflicts tremendous mental and emotional harm on the victim. Can result in bouts of madness or even complete depredation of one's person. Can never be fully dispelled. Curse of Foresight torments the victim with terrible visions of future woes which cannot be prevented or avoided. May lead to insanity. Curse of Truth forces the target to speak only truth, even to one's detriment, often used to gather intelligence and detect spies. However, some targets have been observed to lie by omission under this curse. Can be dispelled. Yawn. The Curse of Oblivion erases the target's personal memories. Can be partial or complete. Requires to be cast at least twice for a permanent effect. Cannot be dispelled, but can wear off without double casting. Glowing orbs. The Talian technology never ceases to perplex me. I found these orbs scattered throughout the entire catacomb system. They emit cold white glow, not flickering or changing in brightness. They're smooth, cool to touch. Most of them are mounted on walls or some sort of holders. Some of those that appeared to be loose I gathered for study. I was hoping to chip a piece away or two from their surface, but no instrument or magic I possess could harm the orbs. They seem unbreakable. I've never seen anything like it. What material could they possibly be made of? That's a good question. So we know there's a replicator. We know there's a dragon. We know there's dragon's blood for healing. We know there's an advanced civilization. And we know that the person who made this place is not of that civilization. And also a whole bunch of apocalyptic vibes. Yeah, we know there's a computer. Exactly. Okay, okay. I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's jot down this and actually yes, and then the storytelling mechanic notes. Never Evo. Fine here. Okay, not alt tab again. It really did Warcraft code. Put simply, it killed my SSD. It actually ruined my SSD, so I had to replace it. Um, I thought it probably caused damage to my GPU as well, to be quite honest. And I'm still I don't know how much longer my GPU has. It is reaching the end of its shelf life, anyways. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Traxy. We might be in like some kind of vault situation. It's actually long and complicated worker code. Forgive me for not going into details right now. What it boils down to is the game wasn't using RAM. It was using write speed in place of RAM. And that's a terrible idea. I'm way past the warranty. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the GPU. This would be a terrible time to have to replace that because I'm currently spending money on moving, which, for those who don't know, is very expensive. But I do have money socked away for a new GPU if I need it because this is my job and I sort of need to keep doing my job. And you're asking me all kinds of... Guys. We've talked about this a lot. Yeah, it's a good point. Blade Duvall's right. It is never a good time to replace a GPU. Let's do that. Let's do that. Definitely some guidance thing. So objectives. Escape the dungeon. I can't remember a thing. Everything prior to this moment I fell into this strange dungeon is a distant, messy blur. I don't know how or why I ended up here. My only choice is to look for a path out. This dungeon looks like it was someone's home. I wonder what became of them. Yeah, it will be a business expense, which is the only positive that's going to come from that. Ah! Thank you, Oculus. And yeah, we just read about the Curse of Oblivion, so yeah, someone used that on us, clearly. Question is, did they cast it once or twice? Pokemon Violet, Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Black 2. Okay. God damn it! I'm sorry, Evo. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the sub, Bella. Always appreciate. Yeah, exactly. Like, was this something we did to ourselves? Was this something we did to ourselves on accident? Was it something that someone else did to us? Did the dragon do this to us? There's a bunch of options here. See, I was thinking we might have done it to ourselves, but, like, why? I haven't seen a motive for that yet. Kingdom Hearts. By which I mean Recon. Kingdom Hearts 2 and Cyberpunk. Okay, so second hallway here. It's unreal. First of all, OBS is chugging a little bit. You know, that's a good point, Lord Herman. I am defaulting to a high writer factor. But I can do that. So, some of you may or may not know this. She's actually written a book set in the extant, my setting. And I know that because I've already read the entire thing. In fact, I was its editor. So I have gone through that book with a fine-tooth comb. So I do have a fairly large amount of writer trust in Evo's writing. Now, if I didn't know that, then yeah, I would just be walking in this like, okay. So that is valid and worthy of note, is that I am automatically walking in expecting stuff to be written on purpose. So yeah, the dragon and the beast, straight out of the Bible. I'd recognize that one. So once again, the apocalypse. We're still dealing with the end times here. I love that mini-map. Okay, so what do we got? We've got another one of those little lamp things. Note. Talian culture. I love the doodads. Thank you, Warcraft Code. I've moved many, many times in my life. I spent 3 weeks and 6 days getting that house packed up and cleaned. There we go. Doodads. Maybe brickwork. I'll debate brickwork, but I do like the doodad placement regardless. Research Notes 3. I have decided to house our subjects in the Talian catacombs. Ren posits it might have a poor effect for their health. Which is right. I wish we had a better option, but this is the only place where we could remain undisturbed. The homes I found for them are rather roomy and even equipped with fireplaces and chimneys. Warmth should not be an issue. The lack of sunlight might be, however. It is my hope these glowing orbs provide enough good substitution. So far, the subjects seem to be content with their situation. They offer few complaints and even fewer questions. They keep giving me these looks of sadness, desperation, plea. I told them they shouldn't give up on life just yet. I am unsure if they listened or even heard me. Chapter 14 on Talian scripts. Old Talian, as a living language, has been largely forgotten since the Talian collapse 11 centuries ago. New Talian, also known as Vulgar Talian, is spoken nowadays in isolated communities across the former empire. New Talian has a wide range of dialects, many of which are not mutually intelligible. The vast majority of them are unwritten languages, and the few that do have written word use common modern alphabets. They do use Rayanda. The ancient writing systems, once ubiquitous across imperial provinces, have entirely fallen out of use and been abandoned by Talian speakers. No. I love that. I love that. I love the simplicity of that note. No. There exists some anecdotal evidence suggesting that a small community in the mountainous region of Tild has been practicing the art of Talian calligraphy as late as 1950s ATC. However, practice died out over a century ago. False! In Old Talian, there are two known scripts, Rayanda and Tunga. Rayanda is a phonetic alphabet, unlike Tunga, which is a syllabary. While Rayanda was a widely used and known script, Tunga was a secret one. Only the people versed in both Tunga and Rayanda could read inscriptions in crypts and tombs, as well as certain legal documents. Examples? Many theorize that Tunga had another religious purpose. This hypothesis is backed up by the fact that Tunga appears most frequently on the walls of temples, in chapels, tombs, and catacombs. All right, I got to jump in here, Evo. I'm sorry. Speaking as an editor, I hate it when people don't put the unnecessary comma. Temples, comma, chapels, comma, tombs, comma, and catacombs. Negative to story. All right. As discussed in previous chapters, Talian people worship the earth and everything subterrestrial. Natural caves and caverns were considered sacred spiritual places, and man-made dungeons were... Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. And man-made dungeons were places of ceremony and meditation. And magic. Hello. No, okay. Yeah, the Oxford comma. For those of you not aware, you don't actually... It's not required by the rules of English to put that unnecessary comma there when it comes to listing stuff. I prefer to. That's the joke. That's the joke. Knowledge of Tunga was likely jealously guarded by the priesthood, nobility also used Tunga, and the general public was not privy to it. That makes the total number of people able to read, write, and understand Tunga quite low, even in times of relative prosperity and high literacy amongst the empire's populace. Unfortunately, the meaning of Talian script, particularly Tunga, was lost immediately after the collapse. Okay, hang on. Okay. Interesting. Well, we'll come back to that, I suppose. Yeah, it's tidy. It's organized. So, there's a door here. I know there's a door here because the minimap... Also, I just noticed the... I don't know if you can see that because the minimap's kind of small on your screen, but I can actually see the bench on the minimap. In fact, hang on. Let's scooch back over here. Oh my gosh, so yeah, I can see the pillars, I can see the table, I can see the shelf, I can see the bed, and I can see the desk all on the minimap. That is, oh my god. Oh, and the rock slide, the cave-in, whatever happened over here. I have the key. I have the key. Don't I? Hang on. Don't I have a key? I thought I had a key. I picked up the key! Did I not? Yeah, there was a key. There's a key right here. It's gone! Why is the key gone? Negative to everything. Oh, I obviously can't go that way, so we'll just move on. Let's check out the cooking area. I'm hungry. Oh yeah, give me some of that garlic. I'm just gonna eat the garlic raw. Just the garlic. Just... Okay, for real. One of the things I do know about the development of this game is that Evo loves doodad design. I've actually referenced this because she and I were going through Undermine in World of Warcraft, and she was stopping. I told this story just yesterday. She was stopping like every 10 feet to just gush about doodad design. Again, professionally trained artist, makes sense. So I just want to gush really quick about the doodads of this room. Like let's just try to get all of that in the shot there. Look at that for a second. Look at that. That is a lot. That's wonderful. Every single one of these objects. We've got the little the chair that's been knocked over. We've got the bed, the books right here, right next to the tea thing, because obviously he does a bunch of alchemy work here. And then we've got the mortar and pestle over here in like a jar. And there's all kinds of ingredients. And the cabinet's partially open here. This is where you cook things. We got the bellows. We got the garlic. And as Lord Harriman points out, none of this is rotten. I mean, obviously dried herbs and garlic last a while, but the point is they will eventually rot. So whatever this is at least relatively recent. No, I have not. Let's just know. And then we've got like just all of the actual beakers and stuff all over here. Some of which actually have stuff in them. Look at all this. Look at all this. Oh, I think there's a letter. Oh, maybe not. I also love how the carpet is like a little bit mussed up there. Whereas this one's only a little mussed up. Yeah, the crumpled carpet makes sense. This is the spot where whoever this is, obviously he, I'm just going to say he, because I'm assuming it's a guy. He walked more recently. And yeah, exactly, like I can't give credit for these assets. I'm so sorry, Eva. But I can give credit for their placement. That's how that works, right? That's what doodad design really boils down to. It's the specific placement of things. Oh, speaking of which, there's the dragon and the beast again. Really loving that apocalyptic vibe. Okay, so let's go through this sequentially. So first we've got a knife, very important. Judging by the architectural style, these catacombs appear to be Talian, probably late period, which likely means doors with ciphers and deadly traps. I should prepare. Delving into the depths of these ruins will surely prove perilous. I don't think anyone... Excuse me. Has been to this place before, likely in centuries, probably since the Talian collapse. Perfect. I've narrowed down some of the letters in the two Talian scripts corresponding to each other. I shall see if this will be of any use. After housing the subjects, the biggest issue was getting Ren into the catacombs. No subject we could find was wide enough. She appeared dejected by the fact. Unsurprisingly so, her self-esteem has always been hanging by a thread for as long as I have known her. It saddens me that even after all these years, her opinion of herself barely improved. Perhaps I've been a poor friend to her. Yeah, Evo. You're a good artist. Live with it. I assured her that we shall find the method to get her inside shortly, and that she is in no way a burden. Yeah, Evo. And the method we did find indeed. A supply of explosives had been stored in one of the rooms to the lower catacomb level. To my surprise, despite being at least 11 centuries old, they appeared to retain their combustive potential. After careful examination, I deemed them safe for usage. Yeah, Evo, you're safe for use. The strongest of my patients, Ariande and Dillian, agreed to help me carry the explosives to the back entrance, which we later promptly blew up. My calculations were correct, and the structural integrity of the dungeon did not suffer. The explosion tore a large enough opening for Ren to fit through. After settling in the northern hall, she expressed a slightly claustrophobic anxiousness to the size, but I assured me there's nothing to worry about. We all agreed operation was a success. And yeah, this is obviously where you chop up and mix ingredients. We've got the spoon, we got the little cutting knife, we've got a thing of beans, it looks like. This might also be where he ate. I'm not sure. Like, we obviously got that. And some plates over here. Draconology, Volume 1. The game doesn't get credit for the assets. The game gets credit for the placement of the assets. I know I literally just said that, but forgive me, Savicom just showed up. There we go, sorry. There we go. Hang on. Monitor issues. Give me one second. Ooh. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, hold up. Am I still here? Yep, I'm still here. Jesus. Alright, hang on. Do we have a memory leak? We might have a memory leak. No, it's not that bad. That was weird. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead. Pull this up here, pull this up here. Okay. Draco Sapiens, commonly known as Intelligent Dragon, is a widely misunderstood creature. Despite their reputation of bloodthirsty monstrosities preying on innocent villagers or kidnapping princesses, they rarely act in accordance with said reputation. While a rampaging dragon is a documented occurrence, it is no more frequent than a rampaging human or elf. However, when a member of the Draco Sapiens decides to go on a rampage, it typically leads to far greater devastation than when the aforementioned races do the same, thus making such happening broadly reported on, which in turn creates an illusion in readers or listeners that such behavior is ubiquitous among dragons. People who act under the assumption that a dragon will necessarily rampage tend to provoke even the most peaceful of dragons, reigniting the vicious cycle. Kidnapping is similarly uncommon among dragons, and the practice of eating other sentients is strict taboo amongst all known draconic cultures. There are merely a few examples of the widespread misconceptions of dragons and their predilections. This book aims to dispel these and many other myths about the unjustly maligned species, their customs, cultures, habits, and their very character. We humbly encourage our readers to examine their notions of dragons and keep an open mind towards our scaled neighbors. Let this treaty be the first step towards romance, love, and some extremely hot draconic sex. So, I think Lord Harrimont mentioned this earlier. It looks like most of these books are actually printed, which makes sense. I mean, if this is a setting that has like magic orbs and a computer, it doesn't surprise me that they have access to a printing press. But I just point out that out in contrast to most of these notes, which look a little bit more sketched. The treatment is going exceptionally well, far better than expected. My patient's physical and mental well-being has been on the rise as of late. None have died, and most have not had symptoms of their maladies for the past 6 months. They report feeling healthy and energetic. Even I could not predict such a rate of success. We still take frequent trips outside to hunt or forage, but once I settle this Talian replicator technology, food should cease to be a concern. I'm close to a breakthrough. I know it. Yeah, I saw the Ouroboros there. Or Ouroboros, if you prefer. Hey, look, there's an onion. You feel you might get food poisoning just from looking at this onion. Ugh, disgusting. Fireplace hasn't been used in a while. Oh, hello. Dear friend, I hope this finds you in mood than when we last spoke. I must speak plainly. Your stubborn is infuriating. You leave me no choice. Warning. Cooperate or I will punish you. This is not a statement. Fact. You know something Okay. Interesting. Oh, hello. So we've got 3 crystals now. Research Stone 15. Leary and Ariande kept fighting with me over whether they should leave the catacombs or not. They insisted to no longer need treatment given their ailments seemed to have receded. Under normal circumstances, I would have taken their complaints under consideration, but I cannot let them. Not anymore. What happened on the surface, I can't. They kept saying they wanted to catch a glimpse of sunlight, but they know not that there is no sunlight anymore. So there's our apocalypse. But Ariande, and especially Lyria, would not listen. No argument, however reasoned, would convince them. They simply do not fathom the level of devastation the outside world has endured. We're lucky Talian replicators work again, otherwise we'd have all starved. I had no choice. I swore I would never do it, but the thought of any of them perishing due to their own obstinacy was too much to bear. I cast the curse of oblivion on Lyria. Ariande was horrified by what I did. I would be too. He told everyone. And I had to erase their memories as well. Now only I know why we are here and how it began. I, Ren. Okay, so that, as we say in the business, escalated in a hurry. Jesus. No, this is a horror game. This is a horror game. That's just we're just gonna accept that. Eva's lying to us. And there's another. Well, I don't recognize it, but I'll bet it's related to the Four Horsemen and therefore the Apocalypse. I'm just willing to put a finger on that and say, yeah, that's yeah. Oh God, he does. I wasn't even trying to channel that, but you're right. He sounds like Akademician Trokov Sokrov. Yeah, we'll come back to that puzzle in a second. So what do we got over here? So we got two directions. Hang on. First we've got ruin and devastation. Yep. We've got a statue which is holding something. Is that a statue of him? Nah, probably not. So we got a note. We've got some incense. We've got a door. We've got another door. Okay. Let's try the gem first. It's a character from Alpha Centauri. That's our cyan crystal. Despite our efforts to conceal it, the gaping hole in place of the back entrance has attracted looters. After fighting off two attacks, I made a heavy decision to seal off the catacombs, leaving only a small gap, which I intend to hide with both magical and practical means. This shall reduce the chances of marauders, looters, and interlopers intruding into our habitat. Why are you sorry about that, Savago? Loren took the news with her usual calm and composure, but I could tell that underneath she's growing more anxious by the day. The prospect of being sealed inside the catacombs, too small for her to navigate, clearly frightens her. I kept reassuring her it shall be a mere temporary convenience, but I am not certain if I was convincing in my words. I'm well aware she alone could be an imposing guardian on the passage, but that would invite droves of adventurers rising to the challenge. No, better not risk it. We mustn't let word of our refuge slip. We need this sanctuary. We've no other. God, even this is just terrifying. I'm not even sure what that is. I'm thinking Ren is the dragon, yeah. Oh, hello. Come back to that because you don't have all the gems yet. So more apocalypse. Jesus, what is with the apocalypse? My God. Oh, okay. Oh. Right. That's, okay. So, and yeah, this is clearly research. Lots and, oh my God. Evo, how many hours did you spend on this screen? I'm just wondering. You didn't count. Yeah, that... Holy crap. Yeah. Doodad Plus confirmed. Holy shkamoli. Look at all this. I like the little owl statue there. And there's like a little beaker thing. There's a bag. There's like a little vial of ink. There's another stopper over there. There's another... Oh my God. Okay, so... Working with a bunch of herbs. I'll go and grab this first. Almost done. Just a little while longer. These ruins will be a perfect place for my research. No one will disturb me. Us here. The decryption is almost done. Powers of Draconic Blood. Draconic Blood is known to have many rare and incredible powers. Too many to list in a single chapter. Some of these powers include longevity. Dragon blood increases one's lifespan to potentially have no limit at all. A human being could live for centuries, millennia perhaps, all thanks to the precious liquid. Oh. If everyone consumes a small amount of the precious liquid once a day, dragons will no longer be the longest living creatures in the world. Curing ailments. Oh. Perhaps the most famous attribute of the dragon blood is the ability to cure most horrific maladies known to mankind. Though the outcomes often vary, there have been cases of humans being brought back from the brink of death with only a drop of draconic blood. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm feeling a final boss being built up here. Magic. Dragons are inherently magical creatures and have sorcery coursing through their veins. Such power can be transferred to the one who tastes the arcane liquid, allowing them to harness the might of draconic magical abilities. Sustenance. Draconic blood. What is this draconic blood? Jesus. Draconic blood also permits the drinker to go without food or water for a very long time, almost indefinitely, if legends are to be believed. All we need is this... So hang on. We can all live off the dragon. What's the dragon living off of? Fire Blossom massively enhances the potency of Dragon Blood Potion. May cause side effects like itching eyes, burning sensation in the throat, and hives. Ugh. Only blooms a single day a year, exceptionally hard to find. Getting even one of these will greatly ease the pressure on Ren. What do they eat? Us. I like Kennick's cow's answer. What do they eat? Us. Oh, small key. There we go. Leary. God, Evo is just such a good artist. Obviously, Evo drew this. I would recognize her style anywhere. She's such a good artist. Look at that. Look at that. You can even, like, feel the emotion coming out of the sick patient's face here during this sketch. Please feel better. I know, Lord. Who shall tell our story once we're gone? 2 weary travelers on the road ahead, a nightingale in the bushes, a cricket in the grass, an old willow by the road laughs and nods. As we pass her unnoticed, for we are ghosts with flesh and bones. Our faces are pale, our smiles are sad, our heads are hooded, our steps are light. Lindens murmur in slumber, leaves whisper in the breeze. As we walk under the canopy, concealed by shadows, shall the dust of the road remember our soft feet? Shall the wind carry on our quiet breaths? Shall an owl in the woods gaze upon us, he's right there again, and wonder about our journey and purpose as we pass him in silence to be forgotten by the morrow? Just kind of moving around really quick here. Oh, the subject of these books range from herbalism to dark magic. Speaking of. Dragon Blood Potion. Dragon Blood, thrice distilled alcohol. Mix of extracts and essences, which include mugwort. Valerian. All right, Valerian, I need you to come back, back, around the back. You know, by the old. Just come here, Valerian. Just. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Think about rabbits. Think about bunnies. Sage leaf extract, belladonna extract, ginger root sap, calendula essence, milk thistle sap, and a pinch of saffron. No. It's a person, Benwani. Obviously. Bragwin, I need you to come with me here, if you don't mind. Just real quick. I love the creek. Okay, so... This door looks different from the others. Rusty, you don't have the right key. But what I do have is a key over here. Alright. Oh, I don't like the looks of that immediately. Music change, do you hear that? That's, oh my god. Okay, hang on. Let me just do something here. Look, Colgrim. Yeah, that's... Hang on, we got a lot to unpack. I'm jotting down some pauses. Give me a second, because I wanted to jot down another one. I'm trying to remember what it was. I was just thinking about it. Storytelling, mechanics, bird. Doodads is a definite. Background lore, visual storytelling, music direction. Oh my god, I was just thinking about it. I can't remember what it was. It was gameplay. It was something gameplay-wise. Whatever. So yeah, bunch of candles, obviously. Bunch of flowers of particular types. Very specific types of flowers laid out on all sides. So the thing that caught me about that painting is that's them. So there's the dragon and the beast in the apocalypse, right? That's a bunch of people. I think that's the 4 horsemen, but it's a bunch of people stabbing the dragon. In memory of Beryl, last queen of dragons, founder of the Dragon Republic, greatest diplomat of her time, passionate pacifist, dreamer, mother of Arenthi, grandmother of Eluleran. Your ideals live on in your children, both by blood and by creed. Taken from us before your time, you're always and will be deeply missed. Where fires rage, now lilies bloom. From ashen soil, new future grows. Okay. And yeah, that's probably red. Not this, obviously. That right there, Alularan. Actually, hang on. That was, yeah, grandmother. That's what I thought. Okay. That's horrifying. Aww. And yeah, I see the note right over there. Oh, there's two. I actually didn't see the other one. Oh my god. Oh my god, Evo, you're insane. Why are you so insane? Yeah, I better get an achievement for this, I'm just saying. As though some magic keeps these flowers from wilting. Okay, reading the note first. The world has failed you, Beryl, as have I. After we settled in these catacombs, a war broke out between the dragons and the Human-Elf Alliance. Another year later, the dragons, surrounded from every side, launched their nuclear warheads in desperation. Elves and humans retaliated immediately. This is all I managed to learn from the short trips I took to the surface. The world is unrecognizable, and it's all my fault. I took she who could talk dragons out of their mad plan. She who could broker peace. Perhaps nothing could have come of it. Perhaps she would have died with the others. But there was a chance, and I robbed the world of that chance. I am sorry. Okay. I was already doing it, Evo. Jesus. Alas, mine handwriting hath yet to improve. 'Tis all the quills, they break too easily in mine grip. Upon mine request, Anfield hath arranged this room for thee. I hope thou art pleased with it. 'Tis still new, and we shall improve it in thy future. We are endeavoring to make the world a better place, and 'tis my hope to do thee proud. I miss thee, E. Actually, I'm curious of something really quick. Let's turn the graphics down. I'm just curious. Oh, wow, that is a difference. Look at that frame rate difference. Hang on, let's turn the graphics back up a little bit. Let's try a few things. There we go. That's a nice happy medium. Now it's not as choppy, but it still looks decent. Apparently my computer is not good enough to run your game, Evo. I am sorry. This is on low, I think? Shoot, it's the second from the bottom. Yeah, this is on medium. Here, let's do very high. Let's see what very high looks like. Even very high is fine. It's a little stuttery, but only a little. Hang on, let's try high now. Yeah, it was on ultra, whatever that means. So here's high. A little smoother. Oh, absolutely, Juno Joker. I was actually going to comment on the pacing, for lack of a better way to put it. No, Jay Palmer. You'll notice how we can't come into this room until we've gotten the small key, right? And we don't get the small key till the third corridor. Now, we could beeline it if we wanted to, but the game is laid out in a way that we're likely to hit some of the first notes, and then the second notes, and the third notes, and so forth and so on. And so each of these notes, as we hit them, is there's an order to it. There's a path to it. It's not mandatory. We could hit these notes in basically any order, but there's a clear guidance, once again, going back to the all-important guidance thing, in when you're supposed to see what. I've actually talked about this before, because it's one of the only aspects of gameplay that exists in most walking simulators, is you can decide what order the player is likely to interact with what, and then use that to help guide and present whatever story it is you're trying to present, which Evo has done here wonderfully. Good job, Evo. Alright, so. Oh, this is a lot easier to do now. Jesus. Note to self, never run an Unreal game on Ultra again. Holy moly. And because I know a lot of people can't tell when I'm being sarcastic, I'm not being sarcastic. She did a good job with this. And I'm not just saying that because I know her. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not going to pull my punches, because I think that would be doing you a disservice. Okay, I think that's all the candles. Let me double check. Looks like that's all of them. Nope, I missed one back there. There we go. Candelabras? Oh, I wasn't even looking at those. Hang on, hang on. Getting a slightly different angle here. I'll be honest, it didn't occur to me that candelabras could be lit. But like these two. That should be all of them. It clearly isn't, because I didn't get an achievement. Where's my achievement, Evo? Just kind of doing a double check. I'm pretty sure I got all of them. For real. I can snuff the candle out? Oh my god. I'm just going to do one last triple check. I'm pretty sure I got them all. It's a lot easier to tell when not an Ultra. Jesus. Okay. So, this is all horrifying. What's this? Yep, okay. So we already read that. So now, let's hit our journal. Wait. There's a button in the journal. I'm sorry, I actually knew this was coming, because she was so proud of getting this to work. I'm actually really proud of her. This was apparently a thing. Remember, she's not doing programming here. And to explain what I mean by that, programming is when you sit down and you design language. What she's doing is she's doing blueprints, which is all visual coding, right? So you've got, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. There's boxes, you attach lines to certain points on those boxes, right? So the fact that she managed to get this working is kind of amazing. So combine clues, boom. And so now we just have this as our way to figure out how to do this. So we want that one, and then oh god, I don't see the other one. Oh no! Wait, hang on. Nope, I'm an idiot. Hang on. I need to... How do I reset? Hang on. Reset. Okay, hang on. So I need... Give me a sec. I don't want any tips. Alright, so that one. Oh, okay, hang on. So that's our reset. We just reset the puzzle. There we go. Okay, so there's our first button. And then... I'm gonna, it has to be that one, so I'm gonna hit that one again. And then that one's looks like the F thing. Nope, that's only 3 though. Oh, I see why. So it is this first. I'm right. I'm right about that. And then it's squiggly and then Y, which is the F. So I was right about that too. But then the last one is actually the X, which is X with a dot, excuse me. Which is this one. Chunk. Ta-da! So we've opened the door, which we're not going to go through. All right. Cool puzzle, by the way. I actually do like that. Especially since you managed to dump it out on, like, the fact that you could... Oh, God, you could even do it again. It's even repeatable. That's awesome. Okay, back to the lab. I have been drawn to the lab. Oh. Candles? Nope, no candles. Looking around here. Oh, right, these, because we got the gems. Okay, so we should have... We don't have all the gems, though. We're missing 3 gems. Okay, this is our goal. We need to find these gems, Cat. Okay, so... We're on the hunt. If anyone spots one, say something. Just kind of looking around here. Looking around. Looking around for gems. Looking around for gems. Looking behind things for gems. Man, I love point-and-click adventure. It's one of my favorite things. What do we got? Anything over here? Nope, nothing over there. Nothing over there. Anything in here? I think I already got... Yeah, there's one of those right there. Well, I already checked over there, but I didn't see any gems. Hey, let's go back to Sad Room here. Any gems in here? I wasn't even looking for gems. Yes, this is very sad, but I need your gems right now. I'm sorry. I'm here to loot! I'm here to loot! There's no gems. There's no gems! Ah! Oh. Sorry, my mouse left the window, apparently. Let's see. Other altar. Not seeing anything. I'm starting to feel lied to. Why would you lie to me, Evo? Oh, I did not see that at all. Wow. I only saw that because the mouse over. Red on purple. My eyes apparently can't do red on purple. Okay, so that's 1. So we're still missing another one. Mouse over works. I remember you spent some time getting that working too. And then we've got... Yeah, there's our guidance for that. I wonder if there's an order to it. We'll figure that in a minute. Okay, so there's got... It's basically got to be in here. Because we've checked everywhere else. So... Start mousing over a little bit here. Yeah, we already got... We already got that one, which is up there. Is there... You know what? Hang on. Idea. No, damn. In the main room? Basket in the main room. I think I only need the one color. That's a good question, though. What is the color we're missing? So let's scooch over here. We're missing 2 colors. We're missing yellow and red. Right of the food? It's a good eye, because there could have been something in there. I don't see anything in it. Admittedly, even if I didn't know that the door is, like, the end of the game, I would think getting gems before doing door. That's just game logic, right? Finish puzzle before moving on to next zone. That's a pretty normal concept. Now, some games like to make you go backtrack in order to do puzzles. Those games are assholes. Oh, hello. There's yellow right there. Boop. So we are just missing red. I just double checked. We do not have red. So where the heck is red? Okay, hang on. It's my blood. There we go. That would be funny if that was the solution. Yeah, Mr. Red, I'm gonna need a little bit of your crystallization here. Just hold out a pinky, it'll be fine. I mean, I'm at the point of just mousing over everything. I have no ideas, Eva. I have checked every room and every way I know to look in every room. So it's going to be something I just didn't see. So, if it's something I didn't see, that means it's probably on something red-ish. So let's check things that are red-ish on the red spectrum. And we're just going to do some mouse overing. I know we already had the purple one here, but we're just being thorough at this point. Okay. It's not annoying, I just apparently can't see. Red-ish, red-ish. Meanwhile, Eva's just screaming, "You've walked past it like 30 times!" I thought if it was in the cauldron, there's nothing in there. I also can't even jump up here. Like, the collision for this is here, not up there. Alright. And I've already jumped up there. No avail. So there's literally only one room left to check. And if I don't find it there, I'm going to turn to my walkthrough and be like, alright, Evo, where's this dumb thing? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Just imagine in lore this guy. Is it up here? Where's the red gem? Like in lore, right? Where is it? What do you need the red gem for? I don't know! Just climbing up the bookshelves. Oomph. Oomph. Or huh, I guess is actually more what it sounds like in Doom. Huh. Huh. I give up. Where is it? I've checked everywhere. I've checked everywhere. No, that's the Riddles. Damn it. Where was the history book, please? Where's the last freaking gem? Was this is the history book. Yeah. Nope, that's Draconology. Was I in the history? Why did you just say in the room you were already in? Why would you do this to me, Evo? Why do you hate me? Negatives. Every day. Oh, next to the memorial place. Oh, that's right. Okay. See, I know where that is. You could have also said southeast, but Evo is one of those many, 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 many people who... yeah, there it is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was not going to find that. It's one of those many people who doesn't know left from right. No judgment. I know people. I know plenty of people who can't tell left from right. Okay. Guess this is the other side of that door. Nope. Okay. This is definitely a horror game. Okay, well, the game is obviously guiding me this way first, so we'll go through the Crystallin hellscape. Towards the red swords pointing at the dragon head. A low voice emanates from deep within the statue. Hast thou come to seek mine wisdom again? Is that a talking statue? I beg your... Oh, there's dialogue options! Okay. 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 I wasn't... Okay. Is that a talking statue? A long pause follows. You almost start thinking you were hearing things, but then you hear the voice again. I'm waiting. What? I'm waiting. I'm hands off the keyboard. Don't shoot me, Evo. Oh God, she's stabbing me. She's stabbing me with red glowing swords. Yes, I was the dragon all along. So since she's AFKing for a second, I didn't have breakfast. So I'm going to go grab a soda, which I know isn't breakfast, but it's literally better than water. I'll be right back. Okay. It's root beer, if you're wondering. It's pretty much the only soda I can drink. Hey, Croatia, and thank you for the sub. And I apologize that ads exist. Oh, Scales of Justice, you never put your donation towards anything. Which, let's put that towards... Gothic. So this is... So I'm actually trying different types of root beer. This is basics. This is just A&W. It's fine. I think I prefer mug a bit more. I know I prefer Barks, but Barks has caffeine, so that's off the list. I'm going to try a few other local things in a minute. Yeah, make sure you get your guesses in. Let's see, so that's going towards KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2. Okay. Sound design is fascinating. Also, this place is way more overgrown than everywhere else. Thou art not him. Can this be? A different person? After all this time? Tell me, stranger, who art thou? I don't know. Another drawn-out pause. I see. Thou and I are kin-like, then. Doth my kin still have questions for me? I want to pick all of these options. What do you think? Should we pick how do I escape? What are you? Who used to live in that place? And do you know of a way to cure amnesia? Sorry. So, alright, hang on. Who used to live in that place? A magician by the name of Anfalin Rhiannon. Statue grows silent. You wait for it to continue, but does not. I would like to ask more questions. What are you? I am a captive of the stone. I am a silent scream in the eternal murk of this place. My name and my past are behind a veil of oblivion. I do not know who I was before my captivity. Hi, Lieutenant Leroy. So, were you a dragon? A dragon, perchance. Who imprisoned you? A magician by the name of Anfalin Rhiannon. Okay. Hang on. Do you know of a way to cure amnesia? Alas, I am not aware of such a remedy. Had I known of it, I would have used it for myself. Okay. How do I escape? Perchance thou already hast. Though sadly thou findest thyself in an altogether different cage. What do you mean? What is this place? This is my prison, the house of my solitude. A place out of time and space where my spirit hath been entombed in stone, crystal, and stone again. Perhaps merely a year hath passed since the hour of my imprisonment, or perhaps a millennia, I know not. I am so sorry. Oh my God. Do not pity me, stranger. Thine lot may prove harsher still. But for thine show of compassion, I bestow this gift upon thee. A white crystal appears in your hand. My jailer hath left it here. I have no use for such an item, but perhaps thou shalt. I find myself in what looks like an ancient catacombs. Do you know of a way out? The catacombs thou speakest of have many paths in and out. Some of those paths lead to places thou couldst not imagine. Yet for thee to escape those labyrinthian tunnels, thou hast but one route, through the northern passage. I think we're done. Evo, confirm here. But I feel like we've been thorough. This is horrible. This poor dragon. We're not done. Okay, I have more questions. I don't know what those questions are. Hang on. Okay. He is my jailer, and thus my account of him shall be partial. But I shall try my best to share my knowledge. Anfalin Rhiannon is a mage, an alchemist, and a physician. He aspired to cure maladies believed incurable, but do not be fooled, for that was not his true ambition. All he truly wished for was to cage others, to strip them of freedom, and enjoy his full dominion over them. Any claims he maketh are but justifications for this primal desire of his. Why would he want that? Why, thou askest? When Rhiannon was but a fledgling, an awful violence came upon him. The one that leaveth few scars on the flesh, but deeply scareth the soul. The violence of a cage. It left him feeling powerless and feeble, and ever since he struggleth to gain power by doing upon others what was once done upon himself. Such is the nature of a vicious cycle. What proof do you have of such intention? Thou art gazing upon it. I was his first prisoner, but not his last. Far from it. He may say he would have let them go if not for the horrors of the war above, but that's a lie. He never intended to release a single soul. But I found notes in the dungeon. One of them mentioned that whoever wrote them is dead. A low, grating sound burst from the statue. You realize it was a chuckle. Is he now? Two things were ever true about Anfil Rhiannon. He is a coward and he always lieth, especially to himself. But judging by the notes, they seem remorseful. He would want to appear so, would he not? He would want to seem full of sorrow and repentance, the one with the purest of intentions, who went astray through no fault of his own. Lies, all of it. He would never confess to being the villain that he was, even by implication. He would conveniently leave behind only the scribbles which would paint him in the light most sympathetic to whoever may find them. But if he was going to die anyways, why would that matter? It mattereth a great deal, stranger. At death's door, all one can think of is how one shall be remembered. Hang on. We looped in a weird way. Give me a sec. Sorry. Oh my god, she gave me another white crystal. Okay. You'll be pleased to know your captor is likely dead. This is the option we didn't pick last time. Oh no, I already picked that. Never mind, never mind. Why didn't they ever mention you in their notes? Would he commit to paper anything that could incriminate him so? Wouldst thou? Maybe you're right, but the notes tell a different story. Let me hazard a guess, stranger. A story where the monster is sad and sorry for the horrid deed of his hands. Lies, lies, lies. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Wait, stranger, there is one thing I must ask of thee. Not you. If thou meetest the magician who imprisoned me, if he still liveth, if any shred of him remaineth, kill him. Promise me thou shalt rid the world of Anfil and Rhiannon. No. I cannot force thee. The prisoner will remember that. I only hope thou seest reason. I hope you are freed someday. Poor thing. Be gone now, stranger. Thou and I shall converse no longer. Okay. Yeah, he's sitting on the tote right next to me. That's pretty much his favorite hangout spot. And there's... Oh my god, the statues are even mirrored! Sorry. Inside joke. This is interesting, though. Check it out. Dimmed crystals over here. And then the shining crystals over here. This is horrifying. And completely changes the light in which we see all the notes prior to now. Which, now, I know Evo's writing style. Neither of these are the truth. The dragon isn't 100% truthful, and the notes aren't 100% truthful. In fact, knowing Evo's writing style and preferences, she probably doesn't even know which one of them is the truth. This is a make-up-your-own-mind kind of a situation. Oh my god, Evo. Oh my god. I don't have the right crystal. Oh no! I'm missing a crystal. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm missing a crystal of infinite darkness. Can I just, like, pick one up? Just be like, you know. Obviously, the evil torturer who wiped people's memories in order to save them from the apocalypse is in the right here. That would be funny. Just... Oh, there we go. That is a good question. It's on the white crystal. Am I completely blind? I've got to be completely blind. Next to the wall. Yeah. Oh, there's a key. A key. I found a key. Oh, it's the rusty key. Oh, okay. So, okay, rusty key. And yep, that leads us back here. Maybe use the rusty key on this. Oh, here's some foodstuffs. Onions. Delicious. Sorry. What I meant to say is onions. There we go. Okay. More, dude. How long did you spend on this room? You know. Look at this sack of potatoes. Oh my god, this place is just crammed. Look at this. Look at this place. And of course a demon statue. Gotta have a gargoyle. Okay, so let's read the book first. Chapter 7, How to Capture the Beast. By the way, this book is called The Noble Sport of Dragon Hunting. Dragons are well known for being very vicious and challenging opponents. Engaging them in one-on-one combat almost always spells certain death. However, many of the most experienced dragon hunters have long devised techniques of luring and capturing the monsters. First of all, dragons seem to possess a strong parental instinct. Such a weakness can be exploited for the purposes of luring the beast out of its lair by capturing their eggs or whelps. Young dragons tend to lack a proper sense of self-preservation, so obtaining them should prove a simple task, provided the mother's not looking. Once a whelp or egg is procured, it must be brought to a secure location equipped with a dragon-sized trap, camouflaged to blend with the area. On the mechanisms and types of dragon traps, see Chapter 5. The mother, or on occasion the father, dragon can track down their offspring by its scent, even when it's still an egg. When the parent dragon arrives at the scenes, spring the trap at the most opportune moment. Timing is of the essence here. Activating the trap too early will scare off the beast, but waiting too long might lead to the monster noticing the trap and destroying it, along with all the people attempting the capture. If successful, the trap will aim to break or tear the dragon's wings so it won't have the chance to escape. Dragon Hunter issuing the capture must make sure the beast receives as little damage as possible. Ideally, only blunt force should be used to subdue it. Open wounds and lacerations cause heavy bleeding, wasting precious dragon blood. A substance so valuable it can sell as high as 15,000 gold gerns for a gallon. This book disgusts me. Thank goodness, somebody found the closet key. It's the Riddler. He's even in green! You have no idea how dreadfully boring it gets here with no one to chat with. What's up, mate? Are you talking to me? Oi! Of course I'm talking to you, mate. See anyone else here? Hello, strange closet creature. Name's Riddler. Pleased to meet you. I've been gathering dust in this closet for who knows how long. Dying of boredom. How did you end up in a closet? Oh, my age stuffed me in here. Anyway, as the name implies, I have a reputation upkeep, and you're the only suitable candidate in the vicinity. Won't he'll be riddled, mate. Do I get some kind of reward for solving your riddles? Why do you adventuring types always want a reward? Don't you ever want to solve riddles just for the thrill of the game? No. Fine, fine, I'll give you a reward. In that case, tell me a riddle. I'm like blood to touch. I'm a grandchild of fire. What am I? Alright, what do you think? What is it? And yes, Evo is definitely getting exuberant about walkthroughing me. I don't think we've hit walkthroughitis, though. I've been paying attention. The one and only thing that I got stuck on was the red gem. Like, actually stuck. So, I'm going to go with ink. Correct. Everyone always struggles this one for some reason. No idea why, honestly. I think it's quite an easy one. The only reason I knew the answer to that was because it's one of Evo's favorite riddles that I can never guess the answer to. For solving my riddle, I'll give you this thingy. Supposed to be half a key to open something. Don't know what the other half is there. Look around a bit, I'm sure you can find it, mate. You like riddles, I got a couple other ones, but this time you won't get multiple attempts. You want to play, mate? I like the challenge, go ahead. You can forget me, but you cannot run from me. You can regret me, but can't be done with me. What am I? You can forget me, but not run from me. You can regret me, but can't be done with me. Yeah, passed. I agree. That's right. Past. You can't run from it. You can't be done with it either. No such thing as a clean slate, not really. Every change in the present happens in the context of the past. It's all a big continuum of change and responses to it, which causes further change. The universe is an ever-shifting interplay of myriad, continuously dynamic forces acting upon one another. Ready for another riddle? Did you just suddenly get way philosophical? No idea what you're talking about, mate. Okay. I have no weight, but I weigh on you. I dwell within, and none is without me. What am I? No, I'm deaf, Evo. It's fascinating to me that Evo, who continuously talks about how she prefers games to not have music, has done good music direction in her game. Doubt isn't an option. Regret is. Also memory. Thought, dreams, a lot of options here, actually. I'm gonna go with regret. Correct. Show me a person with no regrets, I'll show you a liar. To live is to regret. To regret paths walked and not taken, choices made and avoided, words uttered and omitted, oaths taken and forsworn. Accept your regrets, but don't let them rule you. Only lead to more regrets and deeper sorrow. Ready for the last riddle? Sure. To earn me is to earn the chance, which you shall not get twice. On worthiness there is no stance, no counsel, no advice. Some say I only come with death, some die who yearn for me. But brave is the one who with each breath continues earning me. What am I? Hang on. See, I'm leaning towards enlightenment. But I'm going to go keep the theme, and I'm going to go with redemption. Yep. Redemption seldom given, even more seldom taken. But take it one can. One must only make the choice and continue making it every step of the way. You've solved her a riddle. Well done. Suppose you're wanting your award. Somewhere, not place, somewhere in this very dungeon there was a place called the Oasis. You can reach it, but you must pass a trial before entering it. If you struggle with that trial, you just look behind the leftmost column in the room. There's a button that'll be visible to you now. It'll allow you to skip the trial. Beware what you find in the Oasis. Your demeanor has changed a lot. What happened? You won my game. I needn't pretend anymore. Uh-huh. Do you need help getting out of this closet? Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. Okay. Well, thank you for your help in for the game. Hey, good boy. And thank you for playing. You're a good sport. Glare silently. Okay. Cool. Just gonna go over here now. Yeah, I like that Riddler moment. Okay. This is properly terrifying. Okay. Well, the minimap knows where we are. You get the feeling the door won't open until you solve that puzzle. Fine, Evo. Fine. Okay, so we've got brandishing weapon at dragon. Dragon in person dead. Dragon. Egg. Person sad that person's dead. Dragon sad that dragon's dead. Fledgling dragon. Dragon and person fighting. Dragon and person at peace. Ooh, okay. Alright. Okay. Let's just do the obvious first. Okay, so that's a nope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just earned the right to skip with that button right there, which we're not going to hit. Hang on, I think I hit too many times. Okay, we got to reset. There we go. Okay, we're reset. Alright, so let's see. The only thing that doesn't fit here is the far right one. That's the one that catches my eye. Everything else is just cycle of destructo, right? You know, we birthed, teenager, adult, human, fight, die. Oh no, we're all so sad. Repeat. But on the far right, there's the handshake, right? No, there's no identical ones. Speaking of which. So I can see why you'd think that on the stream, but if you pay attention, that's an adult dragon. And that is a juvenile dragon. Okay. So let's do something a little bit sequential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all of them are part of it. All right. So I don't know where to put the handshake. It has to be last, so hang on. So let's start with baby. We'll go to adolescent. Then adult. And then adult sees person. And then they fight each other. And then they kill each other. And then they're sad about it. And then they make peace. Okay. I'm a little surprised by that. I figured, given the whole motif so far has been cycle of trauma and vengeance, that it wouldn't end in the handshake. Oh, wow. Hello. Another sound shift. We're still... Are we... We're indoors. We've got to be indoors. Hey, look, there's the sun, and I'm blind. There's some apples. And a hookah. Oh, man. This apocalypse. Oh. Sorry. No, this is probably a pocket dimension or some kind of magical thing. Love the bed. I love the colors. Such a contrast to the gloom earlier. Some books for reading. Not a lot of books for reading, actually. Probably go through that in just a week. I love the swaying. I can see how the effect is accomplished, so that's just a nice little thing there. Yeah, me too, Sabaka. Me too. Oh, hey, it's us. Oh, that's interesting. We'll come back to that. Hang on. Let's finish looking around. Love the music choice. I should give an atmosphere positive. I'm gonna do that. Sorry, one second. That's a good question. Where can you purchase the Giving Place, Eva? The dark surface of the mirror reflects nothing except you. As you approach the mirror, your reflection speaks to you. You have found this place, which means you've passed my trial. Or cheated. Either way, you've demonstrated determination and cunning in reaching me. Welcome to the Oasis. Is this place real? What is your opinion? Is the Oasis real? No. And what are your arguments for that? Justify your stance. I like all of these options. I'm going to go with option 3. This place has no personal possessions, unlike most rooms I saw. Or at least too generic here. Inductive reasoning. Subtle, observant. You're correct, of course. The Oasis is an illusion, a very believable one indeed. You can touch everything in here. You can even taste the apples on the table, feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, but the apples will not provide any nourishment. The warmth would not save you should you suffer from hypothermia. This place was created for contemplation and meditation. All of its parameters, from temperature to softness of silk, are merely numbers in the dungeon's central computer. What does that make you, then? Your reflection glances down with a look of distant melancholy. This mirror is what remains of Anfil and Rhiannon, the previous inhabitant of this dungeon. While they are still alive, they put a part of their memory into this mirror as a backup, to help whoever arrives here navigate the catacombs and bypass some of the security protocols. Why so many steps to reach you, then? Why weren't you in the first room right away? Anfil and Rhiannon wanted to make sure only the most dedicated get access to information within me. They didn't want some looters or marauders to come by me. So if you have memories of him, could you answer some of my questions? I will provide all necessary information, but first I must evaluate you. Haven't I literally already proven myself just by getting here? You've proven ability, but now I need to know character. I'll ask several hypothetical questions. Answer honestly, there are no right or wrong answers, and thus no need to game the system. Shall we begin? Well, this isn't the first or second inanimate object I've talked to today, so fine. Your reflection glances down for a brief moment, looking as if it's gathering its thoughts. You are a practicing physician in a small town with no other doctors. 2 patients come in the morning. Both require urgent surgery. One is a young elf woman, the other an elderly human male. The elf woman comes from a poor family. The human male is the town's mayor. You realize in the time it takes to do the surgery, the other patient will die. Who do you choose to operate on? The woman. Explain your choice. Yes. Where's the yes option, Evo? These are great choices. So, I'll read this out loud. She stands a better chance of surviving the surgery, which is true. Having more years ahead of her, she'll be more helpful to the community, which is true. Poor families are underprivileged by making them a priority. I'm loving the ground a little, which is true. People in power are almost always corrupt, which is true. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it would be overlapping. I apologize. I apologize. I wasn't expecting dialogue options in this stream. Somebody, not going to name names, surprised me with this. I'll just get rid of it for now. There we go. The last option says I chose arbitrarily. I'm going to go with the poor option. Granted, a lot of personal bias there, but that has been true for pretty much all of human history. We are definitely in more need of help than they are. So, your response is noted. Thank you. Shall we proceed to the next question? Yeah. You are a soldier on the front lines. You have been gravely injured in battle and taken captive. While a prisoner of war, you are nursed back to health and treated with kindness and respect. You make an unlikely friend among enemy forces. From them, you learn more about the other side of the conflict and realize your side is the aggressor. After some time, you are released, no string attached. Your actions? So we can defect, find the friend, and flee the war together. Rejoin the original side and continue the fight. Head to the highest authority in my reach and relay all the intel I collected from my witless friend. Oh my god, Evo! Attempt to negotiate peace, which will totally work since we're a level 0 grunt who nobody cares about. Or flee, never to return. No, I'm totally getting that vibe, Jay Palmer. I would love to see the dialogue trees you have crafted for this. See, the problem is we're a low-level nothing. We're a grunt, right? So, like, defecting might help, but honestly, the addition of 1 additional soldiers... Oh my god, 120 rolls. Probably isn't going to make that big of a change. So, finding the new friend and convincing him to flee is dangerous no matter what, because one way or the other, at least one of us will be caught by whichever side wins. Possibly both, because of how peace treaties work. Rejoin my original side and continue fighting is right out. Being evil is right out. Attempting to negotiate peace, no one gives a crap about us. And fleeing everything is basically the fleeing with him, but like with less opportunities for that to work out. So really, the only options here, if you really break this down, are defect or flee. These are the only 2 real options here. So... I don't have the coin. The coin's packed. Or you could be evil. What would you guys do? Flee or defect? I was leaning towards defecting. The odds that it will make a difference are almost inconsequential. But frankly... that's not really the reason for doing that, is it? Let's defect. Your response has been noted. Thank you. Are you ready for the last question? Yeah, sure. You have devised a cure for a terrible disease that kills thousands. To create it, you have to kill a monster and harvest its organ. But when you find the monster, it turns out it is sentient and a very lonely creature. It offers you its life willingly, as it does not have anything to live for, and no one will mourn its death. What do you do? Kill the creature. Kill the creature. Wait for the creature to kill itself so I won't have to dirty my hands. By the way, Evo also writes very evilly. I've read several of her things, and yeah, she comes up with really horrible stuff. By the way, option 3 is kill the creature, make the cure, and then sell it. Option 1 is kill the creature and harvest the organs. Its life will save thousands. Option 2 is spare the creature, offer to become its friend. Meanwhile, seek a different cure. Option 3 is kill the creature, make the cure, sell it. Option 4 is wait for the creature to kill itself, so I don't have to dirty my hands. I spare it. You have answered all my questions. Your psychological profile is now in my databank. I appreciate your cooperation. With that out of the way, I have vital information to share with you. This dungeon consists of 7 levels. We are on the 2nd. The first level has been almost entirely buried a long time ago. Levels 2 and 3 are safe, but significant danger starts at level 4. Security measures are varied and include traps, most of which are deadly. Each level has a console with access to central computer. If you reach the console, it will allow you to disable some of the security protocols. The password is Elu Loren. That name sounds familiar. I possess no memory regarding that topic. Okay, where's the console in this level? You are looking at it. Elu Loren. Your reflection quirks an eyebrow. Corner of its mouth raises in a small smirk. Nice try. However, this particular console does not respond to that password. Why? Anfila Rhiannon considered it imperative you do not have administrative privileges at this point yet. Okay. So some notes I found mentioned a person by the name of Ren. Who is that? I possess no memory on this subject. Okay, who's the statue in the Crystal Cave? A traitor and a warmonger. She turned her back on everything her mother stood for. When dragons developed nuclear weapons, she insisted they use it immediately, and some members in the Dragon Council were beginning to agree with her. Her imprisonment was a necessity. Uh-huh. What else does the central computer do in this dungeon? Central computer's functions are life support, food replicator duties, climate and temperature regulation, security protocols, many other minor regulatory functions. What powers the computer? I possess no memory on that topic. Uh-huh. What was Anfelin up to in these catacombs? Anfelin Rhiannon was trying to cure patients suffering from terminal illnesses using dragon blood elixir. This dungeon proved most convenient place for purpose. Where did they get that? I possess no memory on this subject. Were they successful? I possess no memory on this subject. Okay. Are any of the patients still alive? I possess no memory on this subject. Damn it, of course you don't! What are you trying to say, stranger? From everything I've learned so far, Anfelin Rhiannon was a horrible person. Your affliction tilts its head, staring at you with a look of slight confusion. Selfish, arrogant, disregarding wants and needs of others, lacking compassion. Playing God. Your reflection shifts from confusion to abject dread as it realizes what you're about to do. It sickens me. I am ending their legacy here and now. Break the mirror. You smash the mirror as hard as you can. Pain shooting through your arm, cracks webbing from under your fist. Sharp edges cut your skin, and beads of blood begin to well on your knuckles. Your reflection disappears into the blue depth of the mirror. Some shards fall, revealing damaged circuitry underneath. The last memories of Anfelin Rhiannon are no more. I honestly probably would not have done that in a normal playthrough, but the fact that it allowed me to... Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we'll leave Illusion Land here. Hello, Kay. Welcome to... Oh no, it's a texture bug! No! 50,000 trillion negatives! Sorry, what? Wait! It's not a bug. It's the illusion breaking down. We're good. We did break the mirror, after all. Okay, normally I wouldn't do this, but is there anything else other than the door? Okay, that's kind of what I thought. So let me use the door. Thou hast passed the first level of this dungeon. However, thy journey yet continues, traveler. There awaits many a peril and mystery ahead, but for present hour thou mayest take a respite, knowing that thou hast done well. Thank thee for playing. Achievements. I solved the door, lit all the candles, made no promise to kill Anfelin Rhiannon, solved every riddle, found crystals of every color, solved the picture puzzle, passed a psychological evaluation, and broke the mirror. Is that all of them? What's funny is the one which you might think, what do you want? Which you might think would be esoteric. No, I immediately, as soon as I saw that I could light the candles, I was like, we have to light the candles. We have to light the candles. Alright, I'm actually curious of something. Just really quick. So it was like, that one, and then that one, and then that one, I want to say? Yep. We did it! We beat the game! Hang on. I can do faster. Let me get my timer out. Hang on. I'm going for the record. I'm going for the world record, okay? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to do this, like, one-handed. Nah, I know what I'll do, okay. As soon as I start moving, we'll start the timer, okay? And go. Go, 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 go. Nope, beeline to save time. I want to be in between the puzzle and the door so I can click the door quickly. Okay, so that one. Oh god, no, that's the wrong one. No, I hit the wrong one. No, no. Okay, it's this one, then this one, then this one, and done. Okay, I can do faster. I can do faster. Hang on, that was 18 seconds. Okay, hang on, hang on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it. This is gonna be great. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay. 10.87 seconds. World record. And given the density, that's going to be a really high density game right there. Reached the thing, pressed button, 1, 2, 3, beat game. Okay, for real, let me go ahead. Let me start doing this, because I am reviewing. This is a real review. Yeah, let's lock the guessing game down. Hang on, hang on. Let me lock the guessing. Get your guesses in first. I'll give you I'll give you a second to get your guesses in. Okay, so okay, so hang on. Well, it's very simple, Mook. You see that spreadsheet? What you do is you add your name to the left column, if it's not already there. That's the important part. And then you add your guess for what you think the golden number of the game is going to be. And then you put 3 games you'd like to put your winnings towards if you win. If you do win, then, you know, that game will get interest as if you just donated towards it. Yeah, actually, yeah. One of the most common questions I get, this is true. One of the most common questions I get is, why do I insist on covering as much content as possible in a game when reviewing a game? And I more or less just gave a wonderful example of that. So, Evo, thank you very much for giving me an abject example of why we cover more than just the MSQ in most games. Okay, I don't remember if we need this key, but we're going to grab it anyways. And then we need to go this way, grab this crystal. Interestingly, Evo's last game is in my local documents, but it's not on the website. I noticed that too. That one. Oh, I missed one. I missed one. Yeah, for the record, I am actually quite impressed with this game, Evo. No jokes. Small key hall. Small key. Where was the small key? Well, she may never get back to it because she's working on another game right now, Lord Harriman. 10.8 seconds to calculate density. Lol. Small key, small key. There it is. Thank you. Yeah, speaking of someone who's actually worked with dialogue trees in code design before, I am pretty impressed. I should also mention that I knew a chunk of this game walking into it. Mostly all the stuff you're seeing here. I didn't know the dragon thing. Like, I knew this hallway, I knew about this room, I knew about the other room, I knew about the other room. And I knew about this door puzzle. This is actually, to my knowledge, the very first puzzle she put in the game was this door puzzle. You know, the one you used to finish the game. This was totally unknown to me. Everything from the crystals onwards was something I'd never even heard of. So she just surprised me with all this stuff. So let's go ahead, walk up here. Yes, 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 yes. That's why I was so like, oh my god, there's dialogue options, because that was not a feature in the game when I was playing. Okay, so how do I escape? What is this place? Who imprisoned you? Tell me more of this person. He's dead. Why didn't they mention you? Maybe you're right. He's pure evil. I promise. Okay. Wait, did we get the gem? Jesus, Mr. Red, I don't even have one yet. Left corner. Okay, left corner. There it is. You see what I mean? Left versus right. No, the music I'm pretty sure was not her. Okay, put that there. I've been slow-moding it. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 lately. I haven't had a lot of time for it. Yeah, I know. I need to hit the undermine and just do it there. I'm gonna do it with packs at some point. Okay, so go this way and then over here. Oh, I didn't. Right, I need to go grab the rusty key, which is somewhere in here. I think. Oh God, where's the rusty key? Rusty key is. I just did this. I don't remember what the rusty key is. Next to the wall in front of the statue. I found it last time without any real issues. And now I'm just like, I don't remember. Hang on. Was it over to here and I just missed it because I had the lantern off? Uh-oh. I'm feeling the negative. I'm feeling the negative. No, I'm kidding. Okay, really, I remember getting this without any issue last time. Where the hell is it? I'm blind. I'm blind. Where is it? There it is. Jesus. Okay. Let me click. Let me click you. Okay. There we go. See, the problem is I was paying too much attention to chat. I should have just have been like, where is this stupid thing? Okay, are you talking to me? Yes. Hello, strange creature. You're bored? Yes. Tell me a riddle. What happens if it gets wrong? Wrong. Okay. Where was the option? I didn't see an option. What in all the hell is this? Why are you called the Riddler? Okay, tell me the riddle. Isn't it from a riddle book? You try coming up with original riddles. Be glad it's not who walks on four legs in the morning riddle that everyone's sick to death of. It's a baby dragon. So, hey, Evo, what walks on four legs in the morning? Oh no, my cheat's gone. Okay, so hang on. So egg, juvenile, adult, human, bite, death, crying, Peace. There we go. Okay, okay. F5. So, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Need help. Alright. No, wait. Okay. Oh, no! If you say no, it's permanently no. I can't be evaluated now. Whoops. Crack. Okay, we're good. We're just gonna pretend that's... Alright, hang on. Hold on. Okay. Let's really speedrun this. Hey, you know what? Hang on. We're gonna call this mayor percent, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So we need to get that gem. Oh, come on. No! It's taking so long! Okay, there we go. Got that gem. Get that gem. Get that gem. Oh my god, that's like 3 mistakes already. I am so terrible at speedrunning. Okay, and then this gem over here. This gem over here. There we go. Oh man, if you've never seen a speedrun of Myst, first of all, if you have photosensitivity, do not watch it. But if you don't have photosensitivity, you should totally watch it, because it is a hoot. Oh my god, come on, select. There we go. Yeah, there's an unstuck button, essentially. I don't know, Jay Palmer. I use photosensitivity because it's usually used as an umbrella term in order to describe all kinds of things that might cause you personal discomfort and issues with visual stimuli. Are you a talking statue? I don't know who I am. How do I escape this dungeon? I promise. Okay. Yeah, no, something I've talked about a lot is that the game design takes an absolutely insane amount of time. Pretty much any creative work takes an absolutely insane amount of time. Like, I forget the old saying, but it's like for every minute of footage you see in a fully edited video, that took someone an hour. Honestly, in some cases, that's lowballing it. Like, some of you probably remember the original Trek rewrite videos. Those were very, very long. Those were days of effort to put together a couple of minutes of an animation. You try coming up with original riddles. Alright, we're done. It's ink. I've had enough. Goodbye. I can flip him off as I leave. Oh my god. Evo. Okay. Egg. Juvenile. Adult. Human. Killing. Dead. Sorrow. Shake. Okay, normally I'd save here. Let's try not screwing this up this time. I accept everything. Yes, I am ready. I am ready. No. Okay, I need help. Do it. Evaluate me. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay. I choose the human male. Explain your choice. The mayor is important to the community. His sudden death means uncertainty and potential issues. The elven woman has a better chance of enduring longer, possibly giving me time to save both. The mayor will reward me richly for saving his life, or possibly owe me a favor. Or, I just don't like elves. I mean, you know... I mean, does anybody like elves, honestly? With their ideas, just, yeah. Yeah, I want to be rich. Your response is noted. Thank you. Yes, I'm ready for the next question. Okay, so for this person, we're going to be evil. We're just going to go with all the evil options. We devise a cure. So we wait for the creature to kill itself, and so I won't have to dirty my hands. Your psychological profiles by Password is Elrond. So he didn't actually change what he says. He's just like, you're evil. Hang on. What was Anphilin up to in these dungeons? Nope. Okay, we knew that. Is anyone alive? No. Forget that with the questions. Entering slumber mode. Okay. Right, let's do it. 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 Whoop, whoop. Oh, geez. Really turned around there. Also lost my mouse. Ah! Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And now the hardest part of the game. And we're done. 5 minutes and 43 seconds. World record. Oh, yeah. Mayor percent. Damn it, J. Palmer. No! All right. All right, because I have to be alt-tabbed, so I can't play Evo's wonderful music. Hang on, let me do this really quick. Let me pop out of here. No, that's not what I meant to do. No! No! Come back! Come back, game. Why won't you come back, game? Okay, the game came back. Okay, I'm just going to leave this screen up, because this is all the stuff that she credited. Properly, because she knows how to do that, Evo is officially better than a AAA studio. I'm pretty sure most of you are just being like, duh, in chat right now. But, you know, I have done my work and effort in proving that. Now, she requested cave music for this particular playthrough. So we'll play cave music. I actually have all the stuff up for auditing right now. So give me a second. I think I'm going to put this more as a puzzler than a dungeon crawler. So I'll put this down by the puzzlers. Correct, Sabakan. I did, President Clam. Quite a bit. The Giving Place. Really, J. Palmer? Jesus. Like, I get that game jams are kind of a pretty casual, light thing, but, like, if you're just gonna grab a pack and then do it, Why? You know? Oh, I like that idea, Lord Aramont. Yeah, no kidding. Jesus. Alright, alright, alright. So, not a lot of gameplay. This is pretty normal, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and give a couple of positives, y'all. I'm going to give the puzzles a plus. I did like the puzzles. And I thought I did lock down the guessing game. Oh, no, I didn't, because I was letting you get a guess in. Well, if you didn't get a guess in, sucks to be you. I gave you like an extra 20 minutes to do it. I am, however, happy at how many people have guessed at this. Alright. This should be a quick audit. Let's see. Animations. Yes, definitely a plus for animations. Plus for audio spam. Yep, yep. Plus for alternate leveling. Plus for the bosses. Great bosses in this game. Evo didn't guess? Alright, Evo. Come on. Plus for built-in cheats. Actually, I was saying that as a joke, and then I realized there actually are built-in cheats. 2 of them. Co-op. One of the best co-op games I've ever played. There's the button you can earn from doing the Riddler puzzles to skip the third puzzle, excuse me. And there's the backup crystal in case you don't use the right dialogue options with the dragon. Yeah, I also don't have to pay real money. Actually, do I? Eva, do I owe you money? Do I need to pay you in my microtransactions for the cheats I used in this game? Enemy design was fantastic. I love the enemy AI, too. What is this? Oh, this is Breath of Fire 1. Sorry. Oh, this is very close to being a horror game, yeah. But no is the answer. This is a dread game. 100%. Remember we decided to differentiate those? This is absolutely 100. It has all the hallmarks of a dread game. I don't know where it's going, that's true. So the product, as is currently concluded. Final thoughts on the story? Nope. No thoughts. Head empty. Hang on. It's just... No, Silent Hill 2 is definitely a horror game. Silent Hill 2 R drift more into being dread, but it is still a horror game. I think I am going to go ahead and give a graphics negative. I've been chewing on this for a bit. It's not really your fault, but the Ultra option is insane and was chugging my entire computer. However, I'm also going to give another positive I just thought of. Yeah, there's a reason the Resident Evil games are totally fine. I think the first Resident Evil game that would even qualify as horror, and that's a debatable, is 7. Because I like to give critique, and because you'll never touch this game again. But if you did, what I would do, I legitimately knock the Ultra option off the list. Don't even allow it to be selected. Plenty of players, myself included, will automatically crank the graphics either all the way up or all the way down. So, I mean, it's what I did. I did like the minimap. I was actually quite impressed with that, especially how it was hand-drawn. What is it, J. Palmer? Or is it the lack of LOD, in which case, yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I figured. I'm not going to give it music positive. That's a gameplay thing. I stand by the music direction positive, though. We're still in gameplay. I'm looking at gameplay first. I'm really debating a lot of these things. I was just informed that the cat is going to have to do the 15-hour trip with me. Great. That sucks. The place they're going to has a dog, which apparently can't be around a cat. I don't know, Sabacon. Probably not for at least another month. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for the Lamborghini, Evo. Appreciate it. Plus for the save system, obviously. No negative for unskippable cutscenes. Okay. I think after some thought, I'm actually not going to give a brickwork positive. Because it's not quite that style of thing. The doodads positive, absolutely. The visual storytelling positive, absolutely. But not quite brickwork. Music direction. Oh, I suppose I should. Soundscape. There it is. And just to demonstrate, skip a little cutscene really quick. New game. Skip. Boom. Behold. Oh yeah, I'm going to demonstrate the Lamborghini really quick. That feels like the thumbnail right there. In fact, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this right now. Oh yeah, no, this music is definitely appropriate. No kidding, J. Palmer. Empty text negative, definitely. 100%. Lots of external continuity negatives, too. Of course I do, Evo. But you have to give me a minute. It's almost done already. I know off the deeper end. Kingdom Hearts 1 finally added that in, as we saw just a bit ago. Just a few months ago. But they never actually did anything with FF10. Then again, FF10 and the 13s, I think that's it, are actually due for another remaster soon. This is from Secret of Mana R, Blade Duval. Oh god, J. Palmer, that would be terrible. That would be funny, Von Falkenstein, but unlikely. This is my story, and you're not allowed to skip it. Voice acting positive, obviously. I think that's everything. Evo, I already said I do. Do you not want to share it with me? Do you not like me, Evo? That's okay, I wouldn't like me either. Let's see, was this it? No. 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 Oh god, where were the spells? I don't remember where the spells were. Oh, ha ha ha. Curse of Oblivion. It's the solution to the puzzle. The big puzzle. So wait, which means this is the second time we cast the spell. Which means... No! Goodbye, cruel world. Erased from existence. Yeah, when's the sequel, Evo? I want it done on my desk by tomorrow. As a fresh reminder, there'll be no stream tomorrow. This music is extremely appropriate for this game. Oh no, we're starting Sticker Start today, but let us know. Obviously. But no, I'm dealing with moving stuff tomorrow. Let's just summarize that. God, you're so impatient, Evo. You're so impatient. Why are you so impatient? Why? Why? What have I done? I'm sorry, Cat. I'm so sorry. Positives for art? I mean, it's good art. But I'm trying to think of what that would be. Because, like, there's the title screen, and then there's your... Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, there's the title screen, and that's kind of it. No, Trihexia. Just for you. Everyone, second stream, cancel for Trihexia. I mean, yeah, Evo. Our assembly, sure, but that's different. And already given positives for. Now this is Evo's song in a nutshell. So let's see our guessing game. Who guessed close on this? Ah! Okay. 1 second. I'm curious of something. I'm gonna take a lunch break. This is from Shovel Knight. I forget which one. Yeah, I need to go more in the cat. So, The Giving Place. Final thoughts on the story. I'm going to give something away. I was actually aware of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff because I was consulted on it, so I gave some thoughts and ideas for where the story could go. Now, I didn't know which of those she took. Evo has this wonderful habit. It's actually, this is not being facetious. I actually think this is amusing. Where she'll be like, hey, what do you think I should do with this? And then she'll be like, okay, all of your ideas suck and I hate you. And then she brings out a baseball bat, right? And she just takes it right to my teeth. So I didn't know how many of the ideas I gave that she might have actually carried forward. In fact, I'm not even sure how many are still in the final game. But the way that she presented the world building was actually fascinating. The idea of, it looks like this old archaic thing, but there's computers and replicators and magitech going on, and we get the idea that there's not just one but two advanced civilizations, and we just happen to be in this catacombs that's from a previous advanced civilization, and you just get the vibe of the whole thing. Yeah, the dragons literally had nuclear weapons, which is just fascinating to me, and I wonder how much of a time gap there was in between the modern era of when the nuclear war started and when the Talarians, or whatever they were called, had, access to things like replicator technology. Yeah, dragons with nukes just sounds awesome. I also love how much work she did. So I actually know this already. Evo's a bit of a linguist. She's not, I don't know if she's professionally trained linguist, but she is a bit of a linguist. She actually invented a language for her book that she wrote in Extant. So you could tell that if you were paying attention when she was discussing the Talrian, the old Talrian thing. There was work and thought and grammar there that someone who just doesn't really know linguistics wouldn't really know. And that just kind of stuck out at me. It helps flesh it out. It helps flesh out the setting. It's the same general thing that Tolkien did all the way back in the day. I already mentioned this comment, so I'll repeat myself here. The idea of the fact that you have to decide who's telling the truth. Again, Evo may or may not even know what the truth is of her own story, because that's just something that she likes to do. And whether the mage was this evil narcissist who was horrible, whether the dragon was just misinformed, the prisoner was misinformed or incorrect or whatever, who the Riddler was and why the Riddler was there and why the Riddler was constantly talking about things like regret and remorse. Uh, yeah, exactly, Colvin. There's a lot of implication in the story, a lot of presentation that, and yeah, the prisoner was also a warmonger. That's also something to be kept in mind. So everything we're told is something that's told through a lens. Even the books. This is a great thing. I'm pretty sure she did this on purpose. Even the books that she added in the game, which she herself wrote, of course, and their history, their in-universe history, tended to have notes in the margins being like, no, wrong, incorrect, stuff like that. So there's a lot of complexity, I think is the word I want to use. There's, this is not just a linear setting, and I do like the way she presents that. One second, I just noticed something on this, and I need to fix that really quick. There we go. Fixed. Okay. Look, I like mongering some wars. What's the issue here? Yeah, a lot of perspectives, a lot of depth to that. I suppose I should give my opinion. I would say that the mage was not a good person, legitimately. But that kind of fits into the theme, right? Breaking the cycle, that he was trapped either in his own head or in his own hubris or whatever, and wanted to crack his way out of it, wanted to break out of that cycle of it. And yes, let's get this out of the way. There's a very good chance that we are the mage, Rhiannon. There's a pretty good chance that that is who we are playing as. And he cast the Oblivion spell on himself in order to lead to this. Which, once again, would kind of go back to that whole idea of breaking the cycle and trying to break out of that kind of a thing. If I were to guess, I would say that the nuclear apocalypse up top is probably real. Or at least was real at some point in time. We don't know how long it's been. Nothing really indicates how long it's been. We know that they have plenty of resources and an energy source and a computer and a replicator and a holodeck. So they could have been down there for a minute or a year or a century, because they're also all immortal thanks to the dragon's blood. So that's a good question, Blade Taval. A question for her, of course, which is I can't answer. I imagine if there's another level, the psych evaluation would actually have some relevance to that. True, Judo Joker. I like both of those points. Was there anything else I wanted to comment on? Wonderful doodads, of course. I think that's all I wanted to comment on in terms of story. Yes, it is available to play if you go to her page, which I believe she has a link to. And we'll get a sub from Don. Thank you, Don, very much, as always. The implication is that the other people that were brought in there to be cured are still there. They obviously weren't at the top floor of the dungeon, but because that's where the wizards, floor, bed, room, study, research, etc. was. But the implication is that they are further down into the depths. Yeah, I saw that, Evo. I also was reading kind of quickly that 5, 6, 7, 8 that they comment on this type of reasoning you use to deduce that it's a fake. Thank you, Don, for the sub. I will put that towards Deathloop. The cat going to the bathroom right in front of me. RNC 2, which is going to Bando, I think. And RNC 3. Okay, I no longer feel like I'm going to die by breathing. So, review. Golden number. Let's go down the list, shall we? Plus 13 to story. I stand by that. The story of this is actually really solid. It's engaging, it's interesting. It caught my attention basically immediately. This is what I would call a very good cold open, which is appropriate because I talk about that constantly. Hang on, I need something more ominous than this. Hang on. There we go. Yes. This is the song. Yeah, it's also very concise. A lot is conveyed in a short period of time. That wonderful density. I liked a lot of what was happening. I like the background lore. I like the visual storytelling. I like the music direction. I like the soundscape. I like each individual cutscene. I like the writings, of course. I like the atmosphere it devolves, the dread, as we already talked about. I like the characters. I like the world building. All of that is a yes. Gameplay, +4. Obviously, for a game like this, there's not a lot of gameplay to speak of, but I did like what was there. I like the puzzles. I like the choices. I like the minimap. I like the visual distinction. I like the guidance. The graphics was an issue. So that is a story ratio of 100% because I had no complaints on that front. And 4.9 positives per hour. You know, I'm curious of something before we go any further. So that's plus 13. At 4.91 at 100%. It's actually one of the highest story scores we've given a puzzle game. The only things that beat it are Ghost Trick, which, yeah. Outer Wilds, which, yeah. And Portal 2. Evo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break this to you. You didn't have as good of a story as Portal 2. I'm so sorry. Gameplay, like I said, +4, which is 1.51 positives per hour, which is quite high. And a ratio of, what is that? 83.33%. Giving us our final golden number of... Could I get a drum roll, please? $44.69. Now, in the puzzle games, that means it beats several games, including Myst, Helltaker, Tex Murphy. I thought you might like this one. It also defeated Untitled Goose Game. If we look at all the games I've ever reviewed, there's actually a bunch of games that are like 40 to 45, like a weirdly large amount. For example, Once Upon a Jester, Nefarious, Stanley Parable, Doom 64, Project Wingman, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Bloodstained, that's the not very good one, Space Marine 1, Seek and Destroy, Republic Commando, Zelda Phantom Hourglass, Ace Combat 4, New Super Mario Bros., Ace Combat 5, Citizen Sleeper, Age of Decadence. I'll stop there. So, nice range there. And, but the one I thought that is really funny here, and no one in chat will agree with me on this, is this game scored higher than Mass Effect 1. Anyway, so, without any further ado, I'm going to go and chop off, grab some food, because I didn't eat breakfast, and then we're going to go ahead and play a much, much, much worse game. See you guys.